That's the sound post of a violin, and with the sound post setter we put it inside, and most people are very proud of that they realize to put it between top and back. But what's the right sound post position? Today we go and we check that and we sort that out. Hello, back again. This is Edgar and I do nothing else than setting sound posts. No, not really. I build a lot of instruments and I do everything from the scroll to everything. But one crucial part once you've completed the instrument is to put this sound post into the right position. The position is actually a very clear way and a very clear concept. We have to go into the violin. We just now cut the violin exactly where the bridge is standing. Okay, so we have here the bridge, and this is the top. Here are the ribs, outer lines, and then here we have the back. Now here is the fourth string and here's the first. So underneath the fourth and the third string we have here on a very clear direction the bass bar, and on the opposite side we have here the sound post. That's actually a nice dream of mine, that I could one day walk inside the violin. So maybe once in my life I can realize this dream. You will also see the center joint of the top. Nowadays we take the joint of the wood here as the center line of the instrument, but old makers didn't take it that clear. But let's say this is our center line, yeah? This was a rough overview. And now we jump into looking from above and we draw the center line. This is the middle of the instrument. And on that middle, we have to focus exactly where the bridge is standing. And on a violin, the magic measurement is 195 millimeters from where the F holes are up to the upper part. This 195 is actually a line. On this line, there should be these tiny notches of the F holes. I say should be because in reality, especially the old makers, they never made these notches so precise. But 195 doesn't mean that the bridge is exactly on that line. And 195 is the line where the bridge will stand. This line is not in the middle of the bridge foot, but it's rather 1/3 and 2/3. Okay, so this edge here is not anymore at 195, but at 196.4. And this is an important part, because before you sound adjust and find the right sound post position, bring first the bridge to its right position. We have a certain specific measurement from here to there, and this is exactly the same as from here to here. In the previous view we showed us where the bass bar should be, and that one should be from the bridge foot outside a little bit like 1 to 1.5 millimeters inside in that direction. 1 millimeter is definitely for professional use, and the more it comes to 1.5, maybe on a beginner instrument could be even 2 millimeters. And this measurement we bring down to exactly on the other side, and that's exactly a line we have to trace imaginary, and on that line we will have somewhere here the sound post. I would focus here on this area a little bit bigger, yeah? So we have here our bridge foot, and then we have here our line. From that out edge we said 1 to 1.5 millimeters. On this line we will have the sound post. And since we showed already here the sound post which was moving and we didn't know where the hell it will be, now I can tell you, in this very position behind the bridge foot, the thickness of the top, that's approximately, let's say, 3 millimeters. More or less, if you don't know your thickness, let's say 3 millimeters, okay? So you measure 3 millimeters would be something like this, okay? And there you trace in your mind another line. You can also put a post-it on the outside of the top and then make all these drawings. So that helps you a little bit when you look into the F-hole of the outside, that you know where the hell you are. And then you move this all the way up to the point that you are exactly in this position. Yeah? This distance is like the thickness of the top in this very spot. And this is now, we say, okay, Edgar, that's easy, but what the hell is now the thickness of my violin? It will be very likely, let's say, between 2.8 and 3 millimeters. Now that we finally found the right Soundpost position, which is exactly away the same distance as the thickness of the top in that very area, we have to ask ourselves another very important question. Did I already subscribe to this channel, yes or no? If your answer is no, then just now stop it and push that button. Once the Soundpost is inside and looks great, straight for you and everything, and then when you turn it around, it's always a little bit, you always don't know how. I usually always look from the side where the Soundpost is and not from the bass side, but a little bit just to double check. Also inclined a little bit, I look like this, yeah? And then I try to imagine the line up, and I try to understand how far it is away. A good tool are my Soundpost gauges, how I call them. And with this one, you can on one side go inside and you immediately understand where the bass bar is. And on the other side, you immediately understand where is my Soundpost, yeah? I immediately can see it without that I disturb, touch or anything. I can measure it. This is a small tool, is very precise because out of glance, works great. But if you don't want now to spend money like to be as precise as me am, you can also just take a piece of paper, cut it in a 2 centimeter stripe, and then you go a little bit in and you can a little bit understand a little bit better. It doesn't really work that good. At least I never felt comfortable, so pretty quick I started to use these gauges. And last and not least, just remember which wood, if it's split, which measurement, and leave it. Focus first on being able to cut the surfaces of your Soundpost in a way that it is attaching perfectly top and back. This is more worth than how long the wood has been seasoned, how wide the grain is, the thickness of the Soundpost and all this. Certainly, on all of these things, I have certainly a clear idea when it comes to violin making and to my own made master instruments. But for you, who doesn't know how to fit a Soundpost and get it into the right position, focus on that. Train it, falls down, one again. It's just a game you have to learn, and I learned it also, and I really had difficulties. But you will realize to be able to lift it up very easy, and then you just turn a little bit, tick, 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 and it's gone. Yeah? Keep on doing. What you focus on, you will become very well trained and very good. Okay?